Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Resilient Women Wednesday podcast. If you don't know who I am, my name is Tammy. I'm a C4, C5 quadriplegic. I was injured in a car accident when I was 17. A car had cut off our car, which caused my driver to panic and swerve, then hit an oncoming divider. The car flipped and the impact was heavily on my side, and it shattered my C4, C5 vertebrae, paralyzing me from the chest down. So for today, I'm so excited for you to meet my two beautiful and incredible friends, Chelsee and Erin. Would you like to introduce yourself, Chelsee, and then we'll go to Erin?
Yeah, hi everyone. I'm a C4, C5 quadriplegic, and I live in Santa Maria, California. And I was injured in June of 2019 in a car accident. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Go ahead, Erin.
So I'm Erin. I live in Boston, Massachusetts, and I was injured in July 2017. And I am a C5, C6 quadriplegic, and I was on a hammock attached to a wall in a chimney, and the chimney collapsed on to me,
Oh,
which crushed me
wow.
basically.
Oh, wow. Do you recall anything?
I
Like the
was
whole thing?
supposedly I was conscious the whole time, but I don't remember any of it, which is weird.
Yeah, you know what? I was told that too. They're like, we saw you stand up and your legs were moving, Tammy, when they pulled me from the car, and I was like, what?
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 Yeah, and I was just like,
That's
no.
so
And I
weird.
think sometimes they rush how they like extract us, and which
Yeah,
like injures our neck more and more paralysis, you know.
scary.
So, but thank you both of you for sharing your story, and Erin, I'm so happy you're here, you know, and you too, Chelsee, and we can all congregate here and share our story and some resources. So I guess today, our first topic, I wanted to ask you about catheter care. Chelsee, I was wondering, did you go through any procedures for more efficient catheterization that fits with your injury and lifestyle instead of
Yeah,
like
so
urethra?
so when I was still in the rehab hospital, I ended up getting the suprapubic
Mm.
catheter done, that surgery done, and I am so glad that I did that. It, like, changed my life. It just made it super convenient and
Gotcha.
everything. But yeah, I got that done while I was still in the rehab hospital,
Mm-hmm.
and the surgery overall I think was like 45 minutes to an hour.
Yeah.
I don't completely recall it all, but yeah, I'm really really happy that I made that decision then.
Yeah. Well, like you, I also have it as well, and I do agree that it was like life changing. So, how about you, Erin? Did you get any other procedures?
So when I was in rehab, I did the same thing as Chelsea. I got the SP tube.
Yeah.
I think I had it for 2 years, and then not November of 2019, I got the Metropinoff surgery. So I cath
Okay.
through my belly button,
Do you do it
which
yourself?
so I can do it myself, but like it's it's easiest for me to do it if I'm up in my chair. So like because of like COVID and we've been like on the couch and in bed a lot, it's like I'll have like my PCA or whoever I'm with help me.
Yeah.
But I can do it myself. It's just I can only do it with like a certain catheter because it's hard because you don't want to like touch anything that's going like in
Yeah.
because of UTIs and stuff. But I definitely want to practice and try like other catheters and stuff to see what I can do.
Man, I kind of wish I put that as a topic. Well, let me pick your brain a little more.
Yeah.
What is the process? I've heard of it a lot. Like, what is the process like, and do you like catheterize like around the clock around a certain time?
So for me, it's usually it should get up to 5 to 6 hours eventually,
Okay.
but for me, I'm like 3 to 4 hours I cath.
Yeah.
And if I drink more, like sometimes I will just have to cath more, and I'll either get like AD dysreflexic, or if I don't do it in time, it'll just literally leak out my belly button.
Oh, snap.
So I usually I'll put like a pad over it or something so
Yeah.
it doesn't like
Yeah.
get on my clothes. But it's easier because it just gets on your shirt. Then you're like, oh, I can just change my shirt. It's easier than changing your pants, you know?
Yeah. I was.
So
Um, are you able to like put in a bag, kind of like SP tube, Or a
Yeah,
bag
so
overnight?
basically you can put a bag connected to a bag. You just put the catheter in and then put a bag on the end of that. And I started doing that at night
Yeah.
because we were waking up every 3 hours, and I was like, this is like I can't sleep, like it's annoying.
Yeah.
So I just sleep with a bag on now, which
Yeah.
I don't know. It's not great because like your bladder doesn't stretch out as much, so that's probably why
Yeah.
I only can go 3 hours, but I
Yeah.
sleep better. So
Yeah. No, whatever works for you, you know. I'm sure wearing clothes is a lot easier too, you know.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
that's really cool. Yeah, I've heard of it, and a lot of quads that have gotten used to the SP tube and feel like they've gained enough control in arm functions and hand functions over time, they do graduate to that. And yeah, that's so cool. I think right now I'm so comfortable with my SP tube. You know, I feel like I've gotten really good at hiding it, so it works out for me. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
Chelsee, do you have any questions for her regarding the what's it called, metronome?
Metrophenol.
Like, so I kind of looked it up like a couple weeks ago, and basically they like reroute your
belly
So
button?
they use your appendix and they make a pathway from your belly button to your bladder. But I also got the bladder augmentation to make my bladder bigger to hold more urine.
okay.
So they actually use your bowels for that. And the only thing that sucks about that is it's like a bigger surgery, a bigger recovery, kind of messes up your bowel program afterwards, and it makes it a worse surgery, but it is better because you can go longer, like with cathing.
Oh,
That's awesome.
wow, that's so cool. The human body is crazy. Or like just over
Weird.
time, you know,
I
like
know.
how people discovered ways to just advance something like paralysis.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, how often do you change your catheter, Chelsea?
I get mine changed every 4 weeks, and as of right now, I go to the urologist and I go and get it changed out.
Nice.
And I've just stuck with that so far, just because I don't know, it's super easy, quick. The appointment takes like 10 to 15 minutes.
Gotcha.
I'm in and out, and I kind of like to get out of the house too.
Yeah. No, I
Yeah.
understand. Yeah, I used to be able to last to 4 weeks, but I get mine changed every 2 weeks, and
Okay.
I think I can make it up to third week, but then I only know it's clogged because when I go to flush it, I can't insert fluids, but I'm peeing fine, you know. But I just know there's enough it's calcified within the tube, so I've just stuck to 2 weeks in case it just clogs and no one's with me.
Yeah.
Yeah. How about you, Erin? Like, if you were to insert you would have to insert a catheter in order to hold the bag, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
do you reuse
that? So I don't reuse them just because like I get UTIs like very easily. So I don't reuse them, but I because they use the bowels to make the bladder larger, I do have to, it creates mucus in the bladder and it will do that for a while. So I have to flush it like once or twice a day with saline.
Yeah.
Just to like get the mucus out. So sometimes like at night, like if I'll like start sweating, I'll be like, oh, like my catheter's clogged, and we'll just flush it or something. But
Yeah.
it doesn't happen that often because I only have a bag on at night.
Gotcha. Okay, that's really interesting. Do you use any form of irrigation or flush, Chelsea, in order to sterilize your catheter or your SPT?
Yeah. So I flush my tube. I want to say every like twice a week. Because I haven't had many issues with it.
That's good.
As far as like it getting clogged or whatever. And so I only have to flush it like twice a week.
Yeah.
And I usually just do it like in the shower.
Yeah.
It's like more convenient.
Same. Yeah, I'm every other day. And just a heads up, I mean, everyone's body is different, but early on I was blessed like you, where it was very smooth, it hardly clogged. But over time, there's something, I think just over time, your body develops just a lot of stones and calcium. And it does cause calcifying, so just look out for that too in the future. How about you, Erin? Like, how do you sterilize a I don't even know how to say it, metrophenol?
So Yeah, so you can use an alcohol wipe, but sometimes like my skin will start to get
Yeah.
red, so I'll sometimes do like a baby wipe
Yeah.
or something. So we'll just wipe it with that, and then make sure to not touch the end of the catheter to anything.
Yeah.
Like we're trying to be really careful.
Yeah.
So that's basically all I do.
Yeah, because alcohol can be really harsh on the skin. And there's
Yeah.
something about quad skin, I think the lack of maybe circulation or blood flow, our skin is so sensitive. So
Sensitive.
same, baby wipes.
Yeah.
Okay, what method of sanitization do you use in order to prevent UTIs and reuse medical supplies like such as changing of gauze, bleach, alcohol, leg bag, night drain? Like how do you sanitize all of those?
Yeah, so as of right now, with my night bags and leg bags, I have my caregiver use vinegar and like hot water to wash it through.
Yeah.
And then when I go to put the bag on, or my caregiver, we use like one of those little small alcohol pads, and we clean off the tip of it and everything like that that goes in.
Yeah.
And I think that's pretty much it.
Yeah. Sounds very similar to what I do. How about you, Erin? Like how do you sanitize like everything you use or insert?
So the catheters we don't reuse, we just throw them out after, but the bags at night, we throw those out as well. But I just use like during the day when I catheter, just use like a bucket and then dump it out. And so we just clean that like regular, it doesn't really matter because the catheter, you use a new catheter every time. So that's kind of what we've done.
Yeah, I sterilize pee buckets too. I call it a pee bucket.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Oh, Chelsea, you know how you alcohol wipe? For me, I keep alcohol in a bottle and I just spray it. If you ever feel like it gets pricey, yeah, I get alcohol from Dollar Tree, or you can get it from Costco. Yeah.
Smart.
You can just spray it and keep it on hand. And I spray everything. I always like, once I take my leg bag off or my night bag, I drain it. I fill it up with water after I rinse it. I squeeze in some soap and then I run water through it, empty it again, and then run water in it. I keep it filled with water. I spray it and then I cap it. And I'm not sure if you guys have seen my videos, but I have like a pee station, I call it, and I reuse the caps for my leg bags and night bags. I keep it in a cup of diluted bleach and water, 3% bleach, and the rest is water. And it just sits there and it sterilizes my caps because you constantly touch it and remove it.
Yeah.
And put it back on. Hopefully that helps. Okay. So next is bowel care. And just a disclaimer, for anyone who's watching, these are really sensitive topics, and I appreciate if there weren't any inappropriate comments, and if there are, then I will have to block you. But yeah, so for bowel care, how often do you do bowels, Chelsee?
So I do my bowel program every morning.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
How about you, Erin?
Every other day, usually at like afternoon or night.
Oh, okay. Chelsee, do you rely on any suppositories? If so, what kind?
Yes, I use a suppository every day, and I use the magic bullet.
You use the magic bullet? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
How about you, Erin? What kind of suppositories do you use?
So when I first started out, I used the magic bullet, but that just didn't work for me. It was causing me to have a lot of accidents. Like hours later, it was weird. I don't know why. So then for a while, I just did digital stim every other day, and that was working great. And then when I got the Natrophin off and I had to clean out my bowels and they cut my bowels and everything, it just totally messed up my program. And now I use a mini enema, which is like liquid, basically. I just use a CVS brand one, and that's been working like really well for me.
Gotcha. Oh. Yeah, I used enemas when I was in the hospital when I was super backed up. And I think just long term, I was always told that the salts can be harsh on our body because it pulls the liquid down to your gut in order for the bowels to move. So just remember to hydrate, if you're planning to use that long term. So for bowels, what method of bowel program do you utilize, Chelsee? Like bed bowels, commode, toilet?
I have a commode that I use, and I just do my bowel program right in my room.
Okay, so like, do you transfer like
Yeah,
from
yeah.
chair to bed?
I'll
How do you do it?
For my bed, I'll use my Hoyer lift and I'll transfer from my bed to my commode in the morning.
Oh wow. Do you feel like there's any pressure sores from it? Like, are you comfortable in like a?
Oh, I'm extremely comfortable. I love it. I have my little like hospital table. I set right up next to my commode, and I
Yeah.
have my coffee, and I drink. I'll drink a cup of coffee and like watch my show while I'm going to the restroom.
Yeah.
And so it helps a lot, and the time goes by fast.
Oh. So like, do you ever? I don't know if you notice, but when I don't actively think about going, it's like a mental mind and body connection thing. Sometimes I'm like, oh, I'm not
Uh-huh.
going, but then when I sit there and I think about pushing and kind of squeezing my gut, then I finally go because I'm sending signals down to like the lower region of my body. Yeah. If you ever experience that, you
That's
can
really
try
cool.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes
Yeah.
we think, oh, I'm paralyzed. I can't control my bowels. No, you can. That's why the doctors tell us to, even if you can't control it or move it, don't forget to think about it because
Yeah.
it's like the connection to our body.
Yeah, I'll have to do
So
that.
just a
Try
pro
that out.
tip. Okay, Erin, how about you? What method of bowel program do you utilize? Bed, bowel?
So I use a commode. It's the same thing as the shower chair, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I just use my shower chair in the bathroom. And then for me, my program's always like quick. It's like 15 minutes. And then I usually just shower right after because I'm already in my chair. So it's perfect.
Yeah, I think you messaged me about my shower chair because every quad feels like they can't hold their posture or they get dizzy in their shower chair. Mine does tilt back. I really had to fight insurance for that. So,
Mine does too.
yeah.
Mine does too.
And what Erin does, my mom's home from because of quarantine, so I do bowels in bed at night. But it's been a while since I sat up to do bowels. Since it's more convenient, I can just do it at night and go about my day. But with Erin, I wanted to try that as well because I wanted to try my new shower chair slash commode. And
Yeah.
I wanted to put the pill in and turn on hot water and shower while I do it because I noticed that sometimes when I go on the toilet and I think I'm done, I transfer into the hot shower. I crap myself because the hot water stimulates us. I didn't know that. It stimulates us.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Have you ever tried like showering while you're pooping?
I haven't, but I like
Try
what's
it.
nice is if I'm not like if I not done, like at least like
It's
I'll still be
there.
in the shower anyway.
Yeah, that's so cool. Yeah. Um, what's it called? Maybe we can have you try it and see if like if my theory
I'll
is
try
right.
it.
Okay.
Yeah, I will.
What meth? I'm sorry. Did you need to digital stim, Chelsee, when you do bowels?
Yeah. I still have somebody do that every like 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah, I think it's common. How about you, Erin? Still
I don't anymore. I
not in
mean,
the commode, right?
sometimes yeah, I don't really need to. I mean, I could, but I just don't.
Yeah. No, I think it's very impressive that you were able to do bowels without a pill and ditch them. My sister tells me that all the time. I don't know if I'm just not willing to stick to it in order to know if I get results, but I heard that your body naturally reacts to ditch them. But
Yeah.
I don't know. Hopefully, this isn't too personal for you guys. But do you guys have like any like hemorrhoid from stimming?
I don't think so.
Oh,
I do.
I do too. Because like I was getting shown a picture of my bum because I thought I had a pressure sore, and I was like, "What the hell is that?" And that's when I learned of what a hemorrhoid is, and I was like, "No." And I guess it doesn't go away. And I think bed bowels makes me wary because I don't go naturally,
Yeah.
But on a commode or a toilet, gravity does its work. But
Yeah, definitely.
sorry, I just had to ask that question. um, so, do you produce results every time you go, or are you irregular, Chelsee?
Um, Honestly, like 99% of the time, I produce results.
That is so healthy. It's good. That's good. How about you,
It's
Erin?
great.
Sometimes I won't,
Yeah.
which is like the liquid will still come out, and then I just won't go, and I'll be like, oh well, I guess I don't have to
Yeah.
go today.
Do you ever feel stressed when that happens?
Yeah, I do, because then I'm like, does this mean I'm gonna have to
Accident?
get up in the middle of the night and do my program? Like, I
Yeah.
get worried about that.
So what I do is it's at night, and I don't potty. I'm a night back sleeper, so I turn and I always sleep with what's it called a chuck pad, so that
Yep.
in case of accidents or periods. But yeah, I always make sure that's under me if I don't produce any results.
I do that too.
Yeah, it's a lifesaver, dude. Like, oh, I hate crapping my bed. It's the worst.
Sucks.
And okay. Do you rely on anything to maintain regularity, like specific diet, fiber, stool softener? Chelsee?
Um, well, other than like the suppository, I take two Sennas, and I usually take that at night.
Yeah.
Like it's with my night meds, so I take that at nighttime before I go to sleep.
Yeah.
And I haven't tried stopping taking them
Yeah.
just because I don't know why, but I'm sure that helps. And then my coffee in the morning, I'm sure helps me too. But
Oh
I
yeah,
just
that's
love
a
coffee.
natural laxative right there. Dude, coffee is dangerous.
Yeah.
I love it. Dude.
Yeah. No, I mean like it can easily give you a weak stomach. Okay, Chelsee. I mean, Erin, do you produce results every day?
So, yeah, yeah. So what I didn't used to use anything, but I started taking probiotics, and then the other thing that's really helped me is putting like flax seeds into my smoothie.
Same.
I think it's helped me a lot.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's what I do.
awesome.
That's really good. Yeah. I also use chia seeds, and
Oh yeah.
I've yet to try probiotics, but I do want to start incorporating it. Dude, flaxseed scares me because I had the worst accident. My sister made a flaxseed cheesecake. I went in on that cheesecake. I went to my doctor's appointment, and I knew I had an accident, and when my caregiver leaned me forward, I shat upwards into it.
That's
It was so
awful.
embarrassing. It was all over my backrest. She was
Oh
like,
my God.
yeah. Sorry if it's
I would
TMI, but
cry.
it's a very TMI topic today. So we're gonna share accident stories. How about this?
Hey, dude,
Can
I
we
gotta try
share
those flax
what?
seeds.
Can we share one of our embarrassed accident stories, or a few, if you guys are comfortable? How about you, Chelsee?
Yeah, so you guys both know recently I went to Minnesota. So with on my first appointment, like, I go there waiting to hear from the nurse, and then I go in, and as I'm waiting for the doctor, I'm sitting there, and I could smell something, and I'm just like, wait, is that me? And I'm just sitting there for a little bit. I'm like, shit, dude, I had an accident, and I was so embarrassed because I was waiting for the doctor to come in,
Yeah.
and then him and the nurse come back in, and I kind of just have to, I have to tell him, like, by the way,
I pooped.
I just had an accident. I just shit myself. How are you doing today? So
I'm sure it's normal.
was-
They're
it
around
was
so
funny.
many people with paralysis.
Yeah. No, they were like super like easygoing. They were like, honestly, this happens all the time. Like,
Oh.
we'll help you out and stuff. So it was really nice to get that, reaction from them rather than like, something else. But
Yeah. Okay. How about you, Erin? Anything you would like to
So I've been really lucky. Like I don't think I've ever had an
share?
accident because no, I've had an accident, but not like out,
Yeah.
like out of the house. So like, I think it's because I do my program at night. So usually my accidents are always like in the middle of the night or something.
oh,
But also like if I'm in my chair or in my bed, like if I have to go, like I will start pouring sweat.
Yeah.
And then as soon as I get into my like shower chair, I will just go. My body will just go.
Yeah.
So if I can like catch it in time, but
Yeah.
my worst accidents have probably been in bed, which is really lucky because
Yeah.
I'm always scared like it'll be a therapy or something.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. That's always like an
When you're like
inconvenience.
standing or something.
Yeah.
yeah. dude.
Yeah. Wow. Life of a quad, huh? Thanks for sharing, guys.
Yeah.
I love that we can be open about this. Just a little, before we move to the next topic, we have a few people in the comment section. There's Jessica Pierce. She gave us a heart, and she said, what we were sharing earlier on was really cool. And Danny, hi Danny. She said thanks for doing this, and she says she chugs a bottle of water right before she starts her program, which
That's smart.
yeah, because that activates your gut, gets it moving. My sister
Yeah.
also told me that if you take a shot of apple cider vinegar, that really gets your gut going. But that sounds dangerous also, because it sounds like it would give you diarrhea.
It tastes bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not good. No.
Okay. Next topic I'm excited to talk about, which is stem cell. So Chelsee, are you considering or have you underwent any stem cell procedures? If so, can you give us a short description of the process and the costs and how you heard of it?
Yeah, so I just had a stem cell procedure done the beginning of this month, and it was in Minnesota at Rejuve Medical, and I was referred to there by Gabby
Yeah.
Rio, who she also got it done, and a couple other people on Facebook through that spinal cord injury group.
Yeah.
Had been there and had good things to say about it, and so I just got that done, and basically the process was extracting the stem cells from my bone marrow in my own hips.
Wow.
And harvesting them with platelets in my blood, and then re-injecting that into my neck. And the cost, I think the total cost, I want to say was $6,500 to $7,000.
Oh wow.
So not cheap, not hella expensive, but still that's like a lot of money.
Affordable. If people nowadays are so happy to just help. It's really beautiful, like social media and just strangers, as long as we share our story and we show them like how committed we are to this journey. They're just so happy to help. And wow, I thought it was about $10,000,
Nope.
Well, did it hurt?
Yeah, it did. So before he went in with the injections, he went in with lidocaine, and that, even though it was lidocaine, like the needle going in, like it was very uncomfortable. And I also had to lay on my stomach, which getting to my stomach was probably the uncomfortable part. But after I was on my stomach, it was on like a masseuse, like you have like a little hole to put your head. So that, it was like pretty comfortable, to be honest, laying on my stomach.
Yeah.
But the lidocaine was uncomfortable at first just because I could feel him going in with that. But then after the lidocaine was put in, we waited a few minutes, of course, and then I didn't really feel too much, just pressure.
Oh wow. And in terms of healing, like have you felt anything?
Like in terms of like my neck healing from the injections?
Yeah, after that.
Yeah, so like the first 5 days afterwards, my neck was pretty like sore and stiff.
Gotcha.
And so I would just put, I have like a little thing that wraps around my neck that heats up, and that helped a lot.
Yeah.
Made it comfortable, and then showering helped as well.
Oh, okay.
With that heat. But other than that, like right now, I'm chilling. My neck doesn't hurt anymore.
Oh, that's so good. Wow, that sounds like a very quick process.
Yeah,
cool.
It was.
All right,
surprising.
Thank you so much for sharing that with us, and I'm so proud of you for going over there. You're a trooper. Okay, how about you, Erin?
Yeah.
Did you are you considering or have you underwent anything?
I haven't done anything yet, but I have looked into like what Chelsee did.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll do that, but I've been looking into one in Panama.
Yeah.
Which I know a lot of people that have gone, and one guy that went was a C5, C6 quad, and he literally can like stand. He got core function back. He got some hand function back. Like I mean, that's not going to happen to everyone, but he said, like, he told me that basically the biggest thing is like doing intense therapy, like right after, like do as much therapy as you can. He said he knows people that have gotten the stem cells and then came home and just sat and did nothing. And they're like, why am I not getting results?
Yeah.
So, but I think it's like 2 weeks. They told me 2 weeks would be like, I want to say it was like 22,000. So it's a lot more expensive.
Oh my God.
But they use bone marrow from your hips as well. And then they use like donated stem cells from like umbilical cords.
Yeah.
Which is weird. But
that's
what they do.
Stem cells are always frowned upon, but I'm pretty sure, like everything, like politics, it's just whatever works for you,
Yeah.
And Yeah, that's what I suggested to Chelsee as well. I'm like, throw yourself into therapy. You paid so much, and she's been doing really well. And by the way, I'm so proud of you for going to the mall and pushing. It's only up
No,
from
it
here.
was a lot easier to push in the mall compared to the sidewalk.
Yeah, you made it
Because,
look
dude,
easy
the
though.
sidewalk is like a no-go for me. Like, I'll try so hard
Yeah.
and barely I'll move like centimeters. Whereas, like, in the mall, once I start going and get like a certain motion down, I can go for a little bit. But the thing is, with my wheels on my chair, they're so slippery.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys have like something sticky or
I
grips or
do.
something
It's
like.
called rib grip.
Because
That's what I
You
have.
have to look into rib grip. Yeah, just
They're awesome.
yeah. I'll help you. I'll help you. Because Kathy helped me with mine. Can you push yourself in your manual, Erin?
I have the emotion
Oh yeah, yeah.
wheels, so it's really easy with those. But like without them, I could I could push myself if it was flat and no like
Rocks,
carpet.
like nothing.
Yeah, like a flat sidewalk, I
Yeah.
could push myself, but it wasn't like easy.
Yeah.
Like so, probably now I'd be stronger if I switched to my other wheels and tried, but it would definitely still be like tough if there was hills or carpet.
Yeah, you do what you can. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm so comfortable in a manual chair, but it's like a lot more inconvenient, and it's hard for me to like get around, and I'm just a lot more independent in my manual. My back hurts
And
less.
how does
Power
the
me.
emotion thing work? I know like if you once you touch it, does it kind of like propel you a little bit or
Yeah.
Yeah.
It gives you a little
So like
oomph, and you go with it.
yeah, you like barely have to touch it and it's really nice. Especially if you find someone that programs them like to match
Correctly.
your arm strength.
Yeah.
It's really helpful.
Have you struggled with finding? Well, can I share you a little of my story? I bought like bunk wheels, and it was about 4K, and it was I was freshly injured. It was 8 years, and I was looking into buying those wheels, and I was finally able to pursue pushing by myself, and I just didn't. Well, I wasn't educated enough, and I bought them off like the Care forum. And I just didn't know enough, and she sold me like just really old, kind of like rundown wheels, and I ended up donating it to another quad. I'm like, if you can find someone to program it, I don't use it. I have the rib grips, and I just gave it to someone else when they just got freshly injured too. So I hope he's using it because it was really expensive.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, did you have trouble finding people to program yours?
Yes. So like I didn't know anyone, but then I went to I don't know if you heard of Empower, like it's like a summer. You go for 2 weeks for the summer in New York. They have one in New York and I forget where the other one is, but I think it might be Minnesota. But basically there was a guy there that like one of the days that was like, that's what I do. I program these wheels. And it was just like perfect.
Snap,
I
that's
just
so
gotten
cool.
them.
Yeah.
So he programmed them for me. Like, I don't know who I would reach out to reprogram them. Like now that my arm is stronger, I probably could, but like, I don't know how I would.
Yeah, you don't want
do
them
that.
to mess it up either, like mess up their program.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys struggle with what I've dealt with, but it took me a while to find an ATP, like a tech, that was knowledgeable. And I've been writing wheelchairs that were, someone was writing like crappy wheelchairs to us, to quads, and he was just, cashing out check, but he was just writing like shitty prescriptions, and we were all stuck in this chair for the next 5-6 years, and he eventually got fired. So it's difficult to find someone who's knowledgeable and understands the ergonomics of a quadriplegic and the just the sensation. You can just look at a chair and assume like, oh, they're in a wheelchair, but I'm like, no, there's so much more to it. The slightest slant, and things like that.
Like having a dump in your chair.
Yeah,
Is so
the
helpful.
dump, it's so important.
Yeah.
Yeah, did you guys have any experience any horror stories with techs and wheelchairs? Yeah.
I haven't.
Like what, Erin?
I mean, I literally ordered a wheelchair and they sent me. I waited forever for it to get delivered, like 5 months, and they brought it in. And it was just the complete wrong chair, and they had to take it back. I was like crying because I was like so excited, and it just sucked. And then I got my chair, and then I was like, okay, I can now push this thing. And then I had to wait for the wheels, and then I had to get the rib grips, which don't fit on these wheels. So you have to cut them
Yeah.
and glue them on, is what I did.
Oh, really? Oh, because you have to tell
They don't
them your.
fit on the rims of the E-Motion for some reason.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but I just had my mom do it.
Yeah. Yeah, because when you order them, they ask for your style of chair so they can match it. And yeah, it probably usually doesn't match. What kind of chair do you have?
I have a Tie Light.
Same, Aero
Yeah.
Tie Light Z.
I have Aero T.
Oh.
I don't know what the difference is,
I
but
have a tie light. I don't remember what.
Yeah.
Kind.
Oh, Chelsee, I was looking at how you were pushing. If you can, I think you should flip the armrest up, because I kept my armrest next to me for years, and the way I push and I flare, it's kind of overcompensating because I can see your neck going forward. If you were to remove the armrest and just flip it back while you push, you have more free space to just push naturally. Yeah, otherwise, like, I can tell this part of your neck is gonna hurt. Yeah, the sides. And
I took my armrest off because they were so annoying.
Yeah, I rely on them.
It's kind of scary, but
yeah,
it scares me a little bit.
Yeah, I'm sure over time it just teaches you just mental memory of like your space, and you rely on them less.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of us like hook onto the back, Okay, so Chelsee, what was your reason for pursuing stem cell?
I guess just because like I heard good things about it, and I'm early in my injury, and I just want to give myself the best chance to heal and to get, just to get anything back, or just even to gain a little bit more function, or just to get stronger. In any way possible.
Yeah, no, that's good. I really, I commend you, because I would be terrified of those things, and I think you're just, you have one life to live, and you're doing what you can to gain whatever you can, and everyone has their different outlets, and, whatever they're comfortable with. So, okay, that's good. I'm so excited to see the results, and, I only think it's up from here. How about you, Erin? I know you're looking into it. What is your personal reasonings for choosing stem cell?
Honestly, just getting any function. Like if I even got a little bit of my core, or like a little bit of triceps, like anything, because I can't even like transfer myself yet. So like I'm just like anything would be helpful.
Yeah. Just pace yourself. I think you're doing really well. Your arm, from judging by your videos, your arm functions are so strong. And we always got to remember where we came from, what we're started at. And so yay us. And speaking of procedure, I'm so happy you're safe and healthy, Erin. I know, like I can only imagine how terrifying that must have been, but
it was so scary, and it was like not a fun recovery.
Oh, okay. Are you okay now?
It's over.
Are you okay now? No, that's good.
I'm back to normal now. I feel great, but it was just like, it just for like 8 weeks was just couldn't do anything basically.
Well, I mean, you got it over with, and I'm so glad you didn't have to start over, and
it was like a freak thing that they saw it, because I got the MRI actually just so I could get the stem cells, because they needed that MRI, and like that's when my neck surgeon was like, you need to get this fixed, and I was like, what?
Get what fixed, right?
So it was really scary.
You know what's weird? I've always been told that quadriplegics shouldn't get MRIs because we have titanium plates in our neck. So I'm curious how they did it for you,
Yeah, and they're making me get another one. Like,
you should just mention that to them in case.
Yeah, it makes me nervous. And I have a stent as well in my right subclavian artery. A stent.
Oh.
For like, because I like damaged my shoulder, and it's for in my artery. So that scares me too, because I'm like, that's more metal.
Gotcha. Yeah. I think it's important. It doesn't hurt to bring it up in case you don't want anything to risk yourself anymore. I'm sure you've been through a lot.
Right.
So Chelsee, how are you? How did you consider, and what like facility did you choose? Like, why did you go with them?
Like, why did I go with Redo?
Yeah, how did you find them, and like, how did you consider
Yeah,
them?
so basically, once I learned about it from Gabby and a couple of other individuals on
Yeah.
the Spinal Cord group, I just looked it up. I looked through the process of it, and what I thought was really cool is that they use your own stem cells.
Yeah.
And I thought that was awesome that they just use your own, and that what I really liked about it too was that it was like an outpatient procedure. So I didn't have to be put under. It wasn't some gnarly surgery where they cut they cut you back open and expose your spinal cord and things like that. So that's kind of what led me more towards it, because it seemed like a more safe kind of procedure.
Yeah.
And so that's what I really liked about it too.
Is there like a time frame? Like, does it matter how long you've been injured in order to pursue that?
So I'm not sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now you got me considering it.
Yeah, no, I'll have to look into that.
No, I can always research. No worries.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, I'm glad, it seems like a really good facility, and they weren't awkward when you accidentally pooped yourself. So it sounds like an amazing place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it was.
Definitely. I think my mom would be really happy to hear me consider this. I think I was always opposed. I think it was forced down my throat so much, like walking again, that I'm just like, there's a lot more things to me than me walking, lady, and I've always been like very rebellious, and we argue over it all the time, but you've definitely you're starting to change my perspective. How about you, Erin?
Good.
Are there, aside from where is it, Panama?
Panama?
Yeah, besides from that area, have you considered anywhere else or thought of anywhere else?
There is one in like the Cayman Islands that I've been looking at.
Wow, far.
Yeah, so that one, I think it's a little cheaper, and it's also like safer. They don't use like umbilical cords. It's like all certified doctors from the U.S. So like it's a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm not. Yeah. So,
like
but
safer.
It's safer, but like it's out of the country because they're allowed to give you more stem cells than they are here. So
no restrictions.
That's why and it's cheaper, I think. So I was like kind of looking at that one. So I don't know. Yeah. Basically, like everything out of the country right now is just because of COVID, like so backed up that it's like I've just been waiting.
Yeah.
To hear back.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Like how much do they cost?
I don't know how much the Cayman Islands. I think it was like. I want to say it was like 12,000.
Yeah.
So cheaper.
Yeah.
I think it's like it's just a 4-day procedure also. So it's like, but the one in Panama is cool because they give you, they do therapy with you through the 2 weeks.
It seems like that's progressively. Cool. Oh, where?
In Panama.
Oh, I thought you said Florida.
I wish.
Yeah.
I know.
What's it called? Actually, no, I already asked you that question. Okay, so do you have any advice on what to be aware of amidst the process, or for those out there who are considering, Chelsee?
For what? Sorry?
In terms of stem cell.
What to be aware of?
Yeah, any advice of what to be aware of the process, and just anything for those who are considering?
Yeah, I mean, I would just make sure, wherever you're considering to do your own research.
Yeah.
Look it up, ask around and call them and ask them about the procedure and what the process is like, and exactly what they're going to do during that procedure, so and you feel completely comfortable with what you're going into, rather than like, oh yeah, whatever, just go for it. No, make sure you do your procedure and just to follow up with them and ask them as many questions as possible.
Yeah, I'm actually very proud of how thorough like you did your research, and just made sure your monies are worth and your body is safe. So good job. How about you, Erin? Like, do you have any advice, especially while you're looking into the process and the things you're considering?
Yeah, I would say like just reading about the place, and then like watching testimonials from people that have gone.
Oh, smart.
And then calling them. Like, I want to make sure like I can call and talk to someone.
Yeah.
And like, I want more information than just an email.
Yeah.
Like, so I haven't got a hold of anyone. So I'm kind of besides email. So I'm just like, I'm waiting until I can talk to someone on the phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really good. I really like us because I feel like we are so thorough and we're very like, it's just very, I feel like we advocate for ourselves because it's our health and it's our body, and I hope that's another form of independence and self-care and self-advocacy. So independence comes in so many varying forms, so good job, girls. So you guys are on top of it. Okay, so moving to our last topic is chronic pain. Chronic pain as a quadriplegic. So do you struggle with daily chronic pain, Chelsee?
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have, since my injury, I've had really bad nerve pain from my shoulders down to my fingertips on both arms.
Oh, wow. That's very surprising, and that's really amazing because as much as it doesn't feel good, I think it's your body trying to like understand itself and rewire things. I couldn't feel anything after my injury, so I can tell that it's just our body trying to, rewire. It's like a freeway, like all the nerves are moving and trying to connect. And yeah. So how about you, Erin? How do you feel with chronic pain?
So I have like horrible nerve pain in my hands, like 24/7. And it's really frustrating because I'm like, want to try all these new things and like stretch my fingers and stuff, but I'm like, my hands are just burning all the time. And then the other thing is like sometimes I'll get it up my arms, but it's mostly my hands.
Yeah.
And then I have shoulder pain a lot and neck pain a lot, and I'm not sure why, but I do.
Yeah. I have one weaker arm that's just like chronically it's stiff and it's more like it burns and it just feels awkward. Like even today I felt proud of myself because I can't wear long sleeves. It gets twisted and it falls off my shoulder all the time. But after pushing frequently in my chair, like it doesn't fall as often and my shirt isn't as twisted. But I do struggle with, I think, what you feel, Erin, like the burning sensation, and especially in the morning, it just feels like a brick,
The morning is the worst.
Yeah. Have you ever tried like electrodes or therapy guns?
I have, but I don't have. Well, yeah, I have tried it, but I don't do it often, honestly.
Yeah.
Like,
I've always been so lazy to do it. And I forced myself to pick it back up again, and it's helped tremendously, not only with the pain, but also it helps you regain movement as well. So if you can, because it's stimulating our nerves and our muscles. I know, I understand, like it's so many daunting.
Yeah.
It's a daunting task,
Yeah.
Okay, Chelsee, do you ever feel isolated from the world within your body due to chronic pain?
At times, yes. Like when my pain gets so bad that like it almost like distracts me from what's going on. If I'm hanging out with family or friends, sometimes my pain will be so bad that it distracts me from being with them and hanging out with them and having a good time.
Yeah.
And it's like, seriously, like,
yeah. No, I completely
like, why do we have to go through this life with this pain as well as everything else? It's like, come on, give us a break.
Yeah. It's like, you took my arms, fingers, and legs. Like, what more do you want from me?
Yeah.
I completely empathize. I know how you feel. How about you, Erin? Do you ever feel like isolated from the world within your body due to chronic pain?
Yeah, I think the same as what Chelsee said. And then also like when I'm out, like in my chair, like sometimes I'll just like, my body just gets sick of being in my chair and I'll just pour sweat or like be really sore. And and then I get really cold and I'm like, I can't focus on anything or enjoy anything. So I'm like, I'm shaking and I'm wet and it's just like, I'm miserable. I just want to go home, and I hate that.
I feel like our socialization revolves around the temperature and like
Yes.
like just
Sucks.
whether it's warm, it's cold, you have to prepare for that and bring jackets and whatever, and once you're cold, it's a
Yeah.
wrap. It's really hard to warm up.
Yeah, when I was in Minnesota and it was like 20 degrees and like when I got into the negatives, it's
Oh
at
my
that
god.
point when it's so cold outside, you can't think about anything else.
It's
If
just
you go
point
outside,
A to
it's
point
like
B.
it's just game over. It's like
Yeah.
all you can do is think about, where you're trying to get to.
Yep.
And it's like who would want to live a life like that? Like how
Yeah.
do people live in such cold areas
Yeah.
I don't
with
know.
this injury?
Yeah.
It's gnarly. It's like, yeah, when you're inside and you have the heater on, it's okay. But when you go outside, it's just, it's like almost like it takes your soul.
Yeah, it does. It
It's
sucks
just
the life out of
crazy.
you.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Okay. What does chronic pain feel like for you, Chelsee?
So for me, for my shoulders down to my fingertips, it's like it does get like a fiery sensation when it gets really bad, but right now it kind of feels like pins and needles.
Yeah.
And like numb, like when your foot really falls asleep.
Like a dead leg.
It feels like that all day long.
Everywhere, right?
Yeah, it doesn't go away. It feels like that all day long.
Yeah, that's exactly how I feel. It's like a dead leg, but all over your body.
Yeah, it's like, ugh. And sometimes I try to like shake my hand.
Yeah.
But it doesn't make it better. It just, I don't know.
Yeah. How about you, Erin? Is that how you, what do you feel like?
Yeah, pretty much the same thing. But like, there's, how there's just some days where your nerve pain it's always there, but sometimes it's worse than others.
Yeah.
Like there's times where I literally like don't even want to put my hands on my lap. Like that's how bad they'll hurt.
Yeah.
I'll just hold them up and I'm like, this isn't helping, but I just can't touch anything.
Yeah. Wow. Like I've never heard much about like hand pains. I have it in my wrist, but not really hand pain.
Oh no, I have it in my hands. It's gnarly.
Yeah.
It's awful.
Yeah, you know what?
Terrible.
It feels like it's gonna explode. It's like it's hot, tingly, and it's just gonna burst, right? You know how like sometimes if you squeeze your finger really hard and all the blood is rushing there? Like I feel like it's just gonna explode. And I promise you the electrodes really helps with that. What I also do is I have resistance bands, and it comes with a handlebar that you hook onto it. What I do is I grab my active hand, I wrap it around that handle, and then I zap it. I turn on electrodes, so it's not just like sitting like this. Let me see. It's not just sitting like this, and if I form it into a holding position and all the electricity is running, it's like helping a different I guess position, and I get blood flow. So hopefully that helps you guys.
Yeah.
Okay. So when and where do you mostly feel chronic pain? Like morning, midday, night, all day, certain days? How about you, Chelsee?
For me, I would say all day long, but it's actually better. And it's actually better kind of like, like right when I wake up, I notice it just because I'm, been laying on my back all night and I need to like stretch and stuff, but throughout the day, it's really good. And then once it starts getting into the evening, like 4, 5, 6, and later, that's when it gets a lot worse for me. And I personally think it's just because I've been sitting in my chair all day. And I think it kind of just adds to it throughout the day. But yeah, mine is just, it's usually worse at night.
Yeah. Yeah, because you're laying stagnant for long periods of time. Yeah. Okay, how about you, Erin?
I think for me, like, nerve pain is the worst, like, right when I wake up. Like, I'll also have it only right when I wake up. I'll also have it in my legs and feet.
Yeah.
Like, they'll feel like they're really hot and burning.
Yeah.
But, like, shoulder pain and, like, just body ache pain is, I think, the worst at night. Especially if you do, like, any therapy or anything.
Yeah.
For me.
It's like after therapy, your body is on fire. Did you feel like it yesterday, Chelsee, when you pushed?
Yeah, I did. So as I was pushing, my arms were on fire. But even afterwards, it's like I had to stop. I mean, I didn't, do too much, but I had to stop just because it's like it was
Yeah.
burning that bad.
Yep. But don't force it.
And
I've
I
learned not
and
to
I
do that.
yeah, I've noticed too, like when I work out, my nerve pain gets worse, and it's like, damn, I'm trying to work out to get
Yeah.
stronger, to feel better,
Yep.
but yeah, it's actually making me feel worse. Like mentally, it makes me feel better for sure when I work out.
Yeah.
I feel like I just feel happier, just better, but physically, like I feel worse just because of the nerve pain.
Yeah. How about you, Erin? Like, are you like Chelsee, where you experience the same pain like that while you work out?
Yeah, definitely. Like when I work out, um, my nerve pain, I actually think I don't notice my nerve pain as much when I work out, but if I'm like literally trying to like do things with my hands, like picking things up and stuff, or trying to learn new things, that's when I'm like, oh my God, my hands hurt so bad.
Yeah.
But I think sometimes when I use my active hands, like it will actually help a little bit.
Yeah.
I feel like,
Yep.
I don't know why, but
I like
sometimes
putting
will
it
help
into a
little bit.
fist position.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that will help sometimes.
Yeah. Oh man, chronic pain. I just can't talk about it enough. It's like awful. Yeah, also, I don't know what kind of beds you both have, but I have a sleep number. What do you have, Chelsee? You have the standard hospital, right?
I have a standard hospital bed with a memory foam topper, and it's been working out pretty well, but it's not the best. I would totally love to invest in a sleep number.
Yeah, that's really it's worth it. How about you, Erin?
I have a sleep number.
Yeah. Well, what kind? Because mine's like 10 years ago.
So I had a small one when I first moved into my apartment. When my boyfriend moved in, I got a huge one.
Mm-hmm.
We got it together, and it's the i8, and so it's really nice because one, I can set it up using my phone.
Yep.
It's all like you don't have to do the remote control, which is so hard to press.
Yeah.
And two, like it automatically adjusts in the middle of the night when it feels pressure in one spot for too long.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
Which is awesome.
I did the quiz just the other day because my controller crapped out. I mean, I don't know what it is with me. I have like a good sense of memory once I touch something a lot. My controller was outdated since it was 10 years ago. They sent me a new one. And it wasn't the rubbery buttons anymore. It was just flat and it was smooth. And I'm like, how the F am I going to use this?
That's the kind I have.
The gray one, right? Oh my God, yeah.
Awful.
And it crapped out in the middle of the night. My head was upwards and like it caused
God.
a lot of bickering between me and my mom at 4 a.m. And then
that happened to me once, and so I just like turned and slept the other way.
Yeah.
My feet off with like my legs bent.
Yeah, I slouched and I was just like, I don't care. I'm just going to go to sleep. Wow, exactly. I'm glad I'm not the only one. I think I'm gonna consider getting that bed. You should too, Chelsee. It's really worth it. You sleep better. You can elevate. I love the massage option.
I don't have that.
What? Yeah, I have the massage option. Yeah.
I don't have that one.
Oh, did you just not get it, or did you not know it?
Yeah, I think I just didn't want to pay more, so I didn't get it.
Oh yeah, it really helps with blood flow.
know.
Maybe one day when you feel like you can save for it, you can always add it.
Do you have the feet? Can your feet go up too?
Yeah, the head, the feet, and the massage option.
But your guys' for the sleep number bed, it doesn't go up and down.
No, it doesn't elevate, but you can elevate the head and the legs only. Yeah, I know. If it elevated.
Tammy, what size is yours?
Mine's a full.
A full, and then you have like a king or something.
Yeah, I think it's a queen or a king, but the nice thing about this one is like the bed, like when you set it up, you can have it lower, which I know you can't do with the other one. So
can you elevate?
Like you can't like do it with a remote, but if someone wanted to like fix the bed and like take it apart and make it higher, you can do that. Like my boyfriend could probably do it.
Wait, what do you mean?
Okay.
Wait, what do you mean?
Like if you want it higher up,
Oh.
It's like
to readjust it.
Yeah.
The frame it's on can go higher and lower. It's weird, but it's cool.
But do you have to manually do it? Like.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
I couldn't do it.
Oh, okay. So you have the option to change the height of the bed.
Yeah, like when you set it up.
Do you have wheels on your bed? Mine has wheels.
No, mine doesn't.
Oh yeah, I got the wheel option, and mine has a bar at the end of the bed because we wanted to be able to move it around.
A bar?
That's cool.
Yeah, there's a ball a ball,
Can
a
you show
bar.
it, or is it kind of hard?
Oh, my bed sheet is over it. But if you watch my most
Okay.
recent workout video, you can see that my cousin pulled the bed down from a metal bar. It's just a bar at the end of the mattress.
Okay.
Yeah, I kind of
That's
want that.
awesome.
Yeah, it makes my life easier. So I want to ask for that.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you take any medications or utilize any alternative outlets for chronic pain, Chelsea?
Yeah. I still take gabapentin. Um, twice a day.
Yeah.
I take, I want to say, 800 milligrams in the morning,
Yeah.
and then another 400 in the afternoon.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, I take gabapentin too, all day long and at night. Anything else? Is that it?
That's it.
How about you, Erin?
For me, I'm trying to get off gabapentin, so I'm just taking 300 at night right now.
Yeah.
And I just want to get off it because I don't think it really helps me that much, to be honest. So I started taking like vitamin B12 and B complex, and I think that does help a little bit with nerve pain.
You know what else? Magnesium. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Ooh, I should take that. I don't take that.
It really helps, for me at least, and spasms too.
Yeah, I take I don't take anything for spasms anymore. But if I'm like in pain or can't sleep, like I also take Tramadol and Valium sometimes.
Yeah. I take 300 milligram gabapentin 3 times a day, and at night I take 900 for bed because I lay all night long, and it just is what keeps me comfortable. And I do rely on pain meds, and I rely on pain meds especially when I push. It's the one thing that calms everything down and helps me just kind of get through it. But I make sure to not overcompensate, And did you just want to get off meds so that just the convenience of not having to take pills, or is there a reason?
Yeah, I'm just trying to get off all my meds at some point, just because side effects and just so I can be on vitamins. I just feel like that must be healthier somehow.
Yeah.
I know. I want to get off gabapentin so bad. I think I have a lot of side effects from it.
Yeah.
And it's just really annoying.
I get very
forgetful. To have side effects, but I'm not sure if I'll ever be able to fully get off of it.
Yeah.
It just kind of scares me. Like, I feel like it helps, but at the same time I don't, and it's hard. And it's like, do I want to, play around with it?
Yeah.
I have a little
bit. You can
bit,
always lower. You can always lower. They have 100 milligrams.
I've actually weaned myself off quite a bit.
Oh yeah, you told me.
I was taking 2,400 milligrams, and now I'm taking 1,600.
Yeah. I think I just haven't actively tried. I guess for me, my perspective of that is that if it works, I guess my side effects aren't really that bad. Sometimes I am forgetful.
Yeah.
But I spent many years feeling ashamed for taking meds, and especially taking pain meds, but it reached a point where I was like, you know what, this works for me. Unless it's like detrimental to my health and my safety, then I'll try to figure out another way. But just take it at your own pace, and hopefully you're not like me. Just don't judge yourself. You can't really control what a spinal cord injury is causing your body to feel.
Yep.
Do either one of you take Midodrine still for your blood pressure?
Yep.
Oh no, I don't. I was able to wean off my binder because I do a lot of electrodes on my stomach. And I started to do my back. I just know it's an area that helps you breathe and control your core. So if you guys can keep up with that. It took me freaking 12 years to get to it. I was like, why have I been so lazy? I started doing it in the last year. It's just a lot of work. I didn't have the care to help me with it. So maybe that's something you guys can pursue. Yeah. Okay. So I hope you guys learned a lot today, through my amazing friends, Erin and Chelsea, about catheter care, bowel care, stem cell, chronic pain. It's about that time for us to close out another amazing episode. If you guys would like to share your social media real quick. Chelsea?
sorry, what was that?
I said feel
Something
free.
about social media?
Yeah, feel free to share your social media so they know where to,
Yeah,
follow
mine
you.
is Chelsee and then like an underscore and my last name, Burek.
Nice. Okay, how about you, Erin?
Mine's Erin.field, but with two D's at the end
Yeah,
because
I
the other
told.
one is
I
taken.
messed up on that. I'm so sorry the first time I posted
No,
it.
it's fine. It's
Okay. All right. I'd like to thank everyone who's watching and interacted with us in the comment box. A special thanks to these beautiful girls, Chelsee and Erin, for coming on and sharing about their amazing journey. If you really liked our show today, feel free to leave a comment, like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for future episodes. And if you would like to shop at Resilient Apparel Shop, it would really help me out because it would help with expenses of physical therapy and other medical expenses of being paralyzed. Until then, I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys.
Bye.